I'm high, okay, and my mind's showing us like loads of different things, like how things are working. I've just passed a minor statue, and I realised that most people look at a minor statue and go, oh, there's a minor. But I also see that other people look at that statue and say, oh, there's somebody who helped change the evolution of humanity and went through the industrial age and worked every day really hard with no money just to allow us to get to this point right now. So there's lots of different ways in which people are thinking. Is there a specific path or ladder to evolution with the stages in certain order that everybody has to follow, or can it be done opposite ways and infinite number of ways, and it doesn't matter who you are, how you were brought up, there's still a way you can progress to a point of evolution that we're on now, without all the hard negative experiences a lot of us had. You see what I mean, guys? If you understand what I've just said there, because I've forgotten now, because that's what happens when you're on a higher vibration frequency, you forget what you've said 2 seconds ago. I don't know why that happens, okay, but if you really try, sometimes you can trace back, go back every step, keep trying, don't give up, and eventually you'll get to that point again. But even if you don't get to that point again, what happens is the universe orchestrates things coming your way in what we perceive as time, and then it brings that event again when we least expect it. My mind works that complex, it sees how everything works. When I'm on a high vibration frequency, it sees it even more, and I'm able to project it as it's happening, you see. It's just done it there, you see, it's brought it back from before. So I've now remembered what I was talking about before, and I didn't even try because I gave up that time, and I just allowed it to happen, allowed it to flow to the point where I remembered. It all is you. The only reason I'm coming into your reality now is because it's your specific vibration, and because of what you know, I've then manifested into this reality to correspond with what you know. You see, I've just come in for that, and likewise you, because of what I know, I've now put that out in the world, and then I'm attracting people who are attracted to that energy, and then they know what I know, or if they don't know what I know, they now know what I know, okay, and then they can comment on these videos and tell me what they know, so that I know that what they know, and they also know what I know, so it's an equal exchange. If you comment, some of you will not understand that concept yet, so you might think about commenting, but some kind of fear or something like that will crop up, and you'll decide not to do it. But if you do it and you push yourself to comment and tell us what you know, it might be something that's going to help everybody else, because everything serves double duty. So everything you think you don't know, okay, you'll put out there, and it'll resonate with someone else who also thinks that. And then whether you're right or wrong, it doesn't matter, you see, because everything serves double duty. Everything's good and bad. So even if you are putting the wrong thing out there, it's going to help somebody. Right, I forgot what I was saying there, guys. Sorry about that. This is the craziest video I've ever filmed, I think. But what I see, hopefully you guys see this as well. Some of you guys might not even need to be on a high vibration to see this. But I'm just telling you what I see, because it doesn't matter if somebody knows more than you or somebody knows less than you. It doesn't matter, because whatever we know, somebody else might not know, you see. So we're constantly on that wave, on the very top of the wave, as far out as we can go on that wave, okay, creating new realities as we go on the wave. So everything is everything, and all time is happening at all time, all times, all of the time. You see, because it's all just an infinite number of parallel realities, all still shots. So the actual reality we see around us is not moving at all. It's just a still shot, the same as what happens in a video where billions of still shots at frames per second come in, but this is like trillions of frames per second, and it's not a signal coming to us, it's ourselves flicking through those, going where we choose to go within the all that is. So everything that could happen has already happened in one of those still realities, and it's infinite. What was I talking about? Oh my god. What I'm saying here, guys, is like it's only a very small proportion and a very limited way of explaining what my mind's showing us, you see, because I've got dyslexia. So this shit isn't easy, guys. Like, reality itself is not easy. Whatever you want to do, okay, you can't just do it. You've got to learn how to do it. But once you learn how to do it, you never forget how to do it. So if you never forget how to do it, that means you've got it for life. So when you leave this dimension of frequency, you've probably got that knowledge as well to tune into anytime you want for your own entertainment, because the reason you create yourself in places like this is because you are God, and God wants to be entertained, because what else is it to do? Because entertainment is love, and love is everything. I forgot what I was saying there, guys. Something just took over us. Yeah, so I'm just having a walk here. I've had a little bit of weed. I think the strain was blue cheese. It's a very popular strain in England. Well, it used to be. I don't know about now because it changes over time, but it was very popular for years and years. And I've tried it before. It's a very happy, high feeling. This one is very good in particular because I'm getting a lot of insights. I'm like, my mind's going crazy just seeing different realities right now. As in the way things work, not like literal other parallel realities, because we're flicking through them constantly anyway, and whatever our mind projects, whatever we think about, whatever we choose to focus on, will create that possibility to go into them other vibrational frequencies and those other parallel realities to create the experience that you want. So that's why people who think negative get negative all the time. People who think positive get positive all the time, because they're tuning themselves into those positive frequencies and parallel realities that have already happened in trillions and trillions and trillions of frames per second. Oh no. There's no need to create any legions anymore, because creating a legion or a war or an army is building up one side, you see. But the more you build up one side, the more of its counterpart comes in. So the more wars we have here on the earth, the more reasons we're going to have war. And this is how your decisions work, guys. People are constantly fighting this battle of good and bad, when they don't realise the actual fight itself is creating more good and bad. This is the ego mind. It just creates and creates and creates and gets more and more and more until you drop out of it and you become in that centre point. And then there's no reason for good or bad anymore, because everything just is. And when everything just is, and you have no bias to good and bad, then you can just love, because love just is, because everything you do is because of love. Every time you go for a walk, it's because you want to love walking. Every time you eat something, it's because you want to taste it and you want to love the taste of it. Every time you do anything, it's because of love, because love is the guiding principle. Love is the only thing. Does that mean love is real and evil is not real? You decide, guys. Because I honestly don't know. Everything you do or imagine also has a subsequent effect of creating it somewhere. Because you are all, the all, and every creation you have does become a reality in one way or another, whether it be non-physical or physical. But then again, everything in the physical is the result of non-physical, because we had to have the idea to create it in the first place, apart from the elements themselves. So I often think a lot about the elements, guys. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I think about the elements. I think, is it the main parameters of the program, and then everything can be created from that. But then there's no way of explaining where life began yet, and when they've tried to replicate life or create it in laboratory conditions, they still can't do it, so they don't know how it's come into being. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think these theories about us coming from another planet, on an asteroid or something? Or do you think like I do and think, well, if this planet can't create the necessary things to create life, and there's no explanation for how life was created, that would be the same across the universe as a whole, because all the universe is based on the same principles of the laws of existence here. So one thing's for sure is there's coming and going, which is life and death. So if there is life and death, that means there's good and bad. There's also the illusion of good and bad. There's also the coming and going. There's also being born and dying. Okay, so if there's all these things, then surely that life across the whole universe is going to have those things as well, because as we've established, love is all there is. And if love is all there is here, then love is all there has to be anywhere else, because if it wasn't for love, there would be no existence, because any existence that would evolve into someone like us would kill themselves if they didn't have enough love. So love itself is everything. Everything is love. There's a few more ways of proving this, but I don't know them. Okay, this is just my way, this is my experience I'm sharing now. But the more you go deep into this, the more you realise there is only love, like nothing else. So why do bad things happen? To learn love. But why? See, this is the problem, guys. You can ask why trillions of times, over and over again, and there'll still be another why. Because we're not really here to ask why. Might sound a bit hypocritical, because my videos are all about why this works and why that works and how it works, etc. But are we really here to say why? Because by saying why, it creates the solution when we figure out why. But what creates the problem? Does the problem create the solution, or does the solution create the problem? So this in itself is the dualistic way of thinking as well. Keep trying to know things, because the more you know, the more there is to know. Because knowledge itself serves double duty. Whenever one new set of knowledge is created, there's also another duality of two different types of that knowledge, etc, 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 etc. So then what do? Then you eventually get to a point where you realise that all there is the ability to go out and enjoy yourself in love. Okay, so you see, this is the thing, when you let go of physical things, when you find the kingdom of heaven within, that's why, because you realise that. You realise that everything's just a means to no end. It's just like constant infinity. Infinite number of possibilities for infinite number you can think of. Anything you create in the physical world, infinite kind of dimensional frequencies of it, infinite rearrangements of it. You know what I mean, guys. Dyslexia is not easy when you're trying to talk fast, especially. I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is that eventually, like, everything just becomes still, because you realise when you're not still, it's just creating more unsettling thoughts, circumstances and events that just carry on and on and on until you've learned enough to realise that it wasn't real. And then you can let go and just come back to the center point and find the kingdom of heaven within, that's within. And then if you're not already there, I'll let you find out for yourself, okay? When you reach this point, everything you do will be what you enjoy doing, because you'll not want to do anything you don't enjoy doing, because you realize you've got the choice to do something you enjoy doing. Whereas before you have this knowledge, you don't know you have that choice. You see, you don't know you have that choice yet. And the reason you don't know you have that choice yet is because of fear. You fear letting things go, and if you don't let things go, new things can't come in. You see? Everything's trying to get to you. Everything that you need or want is trying to get to you, but you don't let them in because you don't let go of what you've already got. I think that's how this is working, guys. Sorry about these long silences, guys. It's just sometimes with my ADHD, my mind goes blank, and I've never understood why it does that. But I think it's so that I can clear it when I need to, because sometimes there's like a fine line between going insane and being a genius. I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I'm saying my mind's going that deep right now that sometimes it goes too far, and when it goes too far, you do feel like you're going insane. So I think these blank moments are instilled in some of us to stop that happening, because if you go too far, it'll go blank. It's like a fail-safe, you know, like it's like safe mode, which is probably what moments of satori are. You know, when you're really stressed. This has happened to me a couple of times in my life, and it was amazing, by the way. When you're really stressed and something's bothering you so much, you're going insane in your mind about it, eventually you just think, F this, and just let go of it and just think, I don't give a F anymore about it. F it, I give up. And that giving up creates this satori moment where you just feel pure love and nothing bothers you, and you're like, oh my God, everything's amazing, everything's fine, I'm not worried about anything. That there's also a safe mode. It's a safe mode to stop us going too insane. See, so there's borders and there's limits with people on the spiritual path or the awakening journey. Just remember to slow down. Like if you think you can't handle what you learn, and just slow down and just allow it. Follow your joy, and then it'll all be revealed eventually, as you've seen in this video at the beginning there. If you just allow and go with the flow, go downstream instead of upstream, everything you need to know will just come to you anyway. And it's a lot easier that way, because you're not fighting with yourself, you're not fighting with your mind. Because fighting with the mind is the duality, it is the illusion. It's not needed, and eventually you'll never need it again. And then you always go with the flow, and you always follow your joy, and then everything just happens. I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Hope you enjoyed that video. A bit crazy, but I'm starting to sober up a little bit now. Hope you guys got something from that. Leave your comments. Love you all. Please like this video. Have a nice day.